Hello, Kate.
Oh. They made an old man out of you. Look, you're gray.
I know.
I told you when you went away, don't try for metal.
I don't try, Kate. They make it easy for me.
Go on, you're all alike. Look, why'd you say he's fine? He looks like a ghost.
I feel all right.
Honest to God, I'm sick to look at you. What's the matter with your mother? Why don't she feed you? He just hasn't any appetite. If he'd my house and have an appetite, I pity your husband. Sit down, I'll make you a sandwich.
I'm not very hungry, Kate.
It breaks my heart that you would have this plan for you and you ended up no better than us.
You haven't changed at all. You know that, Kate?
None of us changed, Georgie. We all love you. Joe was just talking about the day you were born, the water got shut off. People were carrying basins for a block away. A stranger would have thought the whole neighborhood was on fire. Why didn't you give him some juice? Well, I offered it to him. You offered it to him. Give it to him. And now you're going to sit here and drink some juice and look like something.
I feel hungry already, Kate.
She could turn the hat McGangy into a heavyweight.
Listen, to hell with the restaurant. I've got a frozen ham in the icebox with strawberries and avocados. Well, I'll help you.
Train leaves at 8:30, Ann.
You're leaving?
No, but she's not.
You hardly got here. Give yourself a chance to get acquainted again.
Well, sure. You don't even know us anymore, George.
Chris, if they can't stay, then don't.
No, it's just a question of George.
Now,
whether
wait a minute, Chris.
If you want to go to the station, I'll drive you right now. But if you're staying, no arguments while you're here.
Why should he argue? Georgie and us have no argument. How could we argue, Georgie? We all got hit by the same lightning. How could you... Did you see what happened to Larry's tree, Georgie? Imagine while I was dreaming of him in the middle of the night. The wind came along. Hey, Georgie!
Hello, Lassie. What did you do, grow?
I'm a big girl now. What you can do to a hat? Did you make that? In 10 minutes. I only rearranged it.
You make your own clothes?
Ain't she classy? All she needs now is a Russian wolfhound.
Feels like somebody's sitting on my head. No, it's beautiful, Kate. This one's a genius. You should have married her. She can feed you. Oh, stop that, Kate.
Didn't I hear you got a baby?
You don't hear so good. She's got 3 babies.
No kidding. 3?
Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3. You've been away a long time, Georgie.
I'm beginning to realize.
The trouble with you kids is you think too much. Well, we think too. Well, yes, but not all the time.
You never took Frank, eh?
No, he was always 1 year ahead of the draft. It's amazing. When they were calling boys 27, Frank was just 28. And when they made it 28, he was just 29. That's when he took up astrology. It's all in when you were born, just goes to show.
What is it going to show?
Don't be so intelligent. Some superstitions are very nice. Did he finish Larry's horoscope? I'll ask him now. I'm going in. Would you like to see my babies? Come on.
I don't think so, Lydia.
All right. Good luck to you, George.
Thanks. And to you, too. And Frank.
Oh, Frank! She got pretty, huh?
Very pretty.
She's beautiful, you damn fool.
She makes it seem so nice around here.
Look what happened to you because you wouldn't listen to me. I told you to marry that girl. Stay out of the war.
She used to laugh too much.
And you didn't laugh enough. While you were getting mad about fascism, Frank was getting into her bed.
He won the war, Frank.
All the battles.
The day they started the draft, Georgie, I told you loved that girl.
And sure love hath no man.
I'm smart
wonderful.
than you. And now you're going to listen to me, Georgie. You had big principles, Eagle Scouts, the 3 of you. So now I got a tree. And this one, when the weather gets bad, he can't stand this feet. And that big dope next door doesn't get anything but Andy Gump and his 3 children in his house paid off. Stop being a philosopher and look after yourself. Like Joe was just saying, you move back here, help get you set, and I'll find you a girl and put a smile on your face.
Joe wants me here?
He asked me to tell you, and I think it's a good idea. Certainly. Why must you make believe you hate us, Georgie? Is that another principle, that you have to hate us? You don't hate us, Georgie. I know.
Like that time you gave Frank the money to invest in oil stock.
I know,
But it's good to remember these things, kid. Well, the way he cursed Frank because the stock went down. Was that Frank's fault? To listen to him, Frank was a swindler. And all the man did was give him a bad tip.
I know those
Then
things.
remember them. Remember them. There are some men in this world who'd rather see everybody hung than take blame. You understand me, George?
The cab's on its way. Would you like to wash? Oh, why must he go? Make it midnight, George.
Well, sure. You'll have dinner with us.
How about it? Why not? We're eating at the lake. We could have a swell time.
All right.
Now you're talking.
I've got a shirt that'll go right with that suit.
Size 15 now,
Is
right,
Lydia,
George?
I mean, Frank and Lydia.
Well, I'll get you a day. Doesn't make her.
I don't need
Hey, I know the perfect girl for you. Charlotte can.
Oh, Charlotte, that's right.
Call her up. You go up and pick out a shirt and tie.
I've never felt at home as much as I do here. Hey, you're so young, you know that? Hey, it rings an old bell. And Joe, you're amazingly the same. The whole atmosphere is.
Say, I ain't got time to get sick.
He hasn't been laid up in 15 years.
Except my flu during the war. My flu. When I was sick during the war.
Well, sure. Well, and then except for that flu. Well, it slipped my mind. Don't look at me that way. He wanted to go into the shop, but he couldn't lift himself off the bed. I thought he had pneumonia.
Why did you say...
I know how you feel, kid. I'll never forgive myself. If I could have gone in that day, I would have told Dad never to touch those heads.
She said...
I said he was sick, George.
And didn't
Do you remember the time you were sick?
I'd remember if I had pneumonia, especially if it was the day my partner was going to ship out cracked cylinder heads. What happened that day, Joe?
Kate! Kate!
Frank, did you see George?
Lydia told me. I'm glad to... You'll have to pardon me. I've got something amazing for you, Kate. I finished Larry's horoscope.
George, you really said this. It's amazing the way he understands.
Girl's on the
He
phone.
finished Larry's horoscope.
Oh, Frank, can't you pick a better time than this? The greatest man who ever lived believed in the stars. Stop filling your head with that junk. Is it junk to feel that there's a greater power than ourselves? I've studied the stars with his life. I won't argue with you. I'm telling you. Somewhere in this world, your brother is alive.
Why, isn't it possible, Chris?
Because it's insane. Just a minute now. I'll tell you something, and you can do as you please. Just let me say it. He was supposed to have died on November 25th. But November 25th
Listen to
was
him.
the day when everything good was shining on him. The kind of day he should have married on. You can laugh at a lot of it. I can understand you laughing. But the odds are 1,000,000 to 1 that a man won't die on this favorable day. That's known. That's known, Chris.
Why isn't it possible? Why isn't it possible, Chris?
Don't you understand what she's saying? She told you to go. What are you waiting for?
Hey, nobody can tell her to go.
Thank you, darling, for your trouble. Will you tell him to wait, Frank?
Sure thing.
He'll be right out, driver.
He's not leaving, Mother.
She said he's never been sick.
He misunderstood me, Chris.
He simply told your father to kill... He's never been sick.
He misunderstood me, Chris.
He simply told your father to kill...